I'm at no book by Bali. I buy no by Bali. I buy no by Bali. I went by the young lady. The Yama Guada. The Yama Guada, the Bokuza. And you're the book with Moka Waja. You are the woman. You are the woman. Marta de Gracia, Marta de Gracia, Marta. I said, Mamma, that boy, I do it as a You're my Yama way. You're my Yama way. Get it in your man. Get it in Gracia. Get it in work. I said, Mamma, you're just a player, the more player. Get it. I go match it. My Janus, yet, Yamano Gaya.
Okay, good evening, folks. Welcome to the Liberia Public Radio. I'm Afonso so right here this morning. Very shortly, we'll be joining our sister network in Liberia as part of our news content sharing. T-Max Jalteh is based in the West African state of the Republic of Liberia. And his 50-50 program is about to unleash in the 50-50 studios right there in the nation's heartbeat of Monrovia. Very shortly, we will link control with T-Max Jalteh and the 50-50 crew. Today's guest is Martin KOLLAH, is the Secretary General of the opposition Liberty Party in the Republic of Liberia. Let's go quickly here. I believe they are ready. They just give you the talking point for today. Yeah. The talking point for today, let me just go right here to A, and we will be able to give you, can the Liberty Party ever be reconciled? That's a kind of rhetorical question there. And Martin KOLLAH will be speaking. To want to welcome our viewers, wherever you are, share this podcast, share it with your folks. This is part of the news content sharing of LPR USA and that of the Scar family, Scar TV in Liberia. So I assume we got a signal there. They are already there. We will be linking control from the West African state of the Republic of Liberia. I am Alfonso Z, and so right here at the New England Bureau desk of the Liberia Public Radio right here in the USA. Very wet day here in the East Coast here, specifically in the ocean state of Rhode Island. I don't know exactly. My guess, my neighbor, the Bay State of Massachusetts, is also experiencing that. But it's a very wet morning here, here in the East Coast here of the United States of America. Good morning, good afternoon, wherever you are in Liberia. We'll be joining our sister network, Scott, with T. Max Jalteh and the crew right there in Liberia, Matthias, Julius, Princess, and the man Benjamin, the technical guy behind the wheel. Not to mention legendary Martin Brown. These are great people. And we will be joining them very shortly. It's going to be a good discussion, my guess. You know, when he introduces his program, welcome Bopolu, welcome Mosorado, welcome Grand Basso, Grand G there, Maryland. And so one time I was monitoring the 50-50, and one of my co-workers, the Nigerian guy, he said, oh, this guy here, this host here, I think he's the patriotic Liberian. Like, for what? On what basis are you talking? So he calls out of the towns and cities and villages in the country. But when Team Max started punching the gas now, he said, oh God, I thought this guy here, it looked like he can fool people in Cambo. All right, that's how we're going to do it. We'll be doing more of it. You're going to be coming here, so we want to welcome you. And as soon we get the signal there, we will be linking control. Let's see here how the backstage. Okay, that's when you see that, and that's exactly it shows. Sky is about to go sky high. All right, let's wait and see. As soon we get that information right there, we will be linking control with them. Just bear with us. You see that it's already there. We are hoping that the internet do us a favor. Okay, that's the commercial right there. I believe is what I call Uptown Garage. Uptown Garage is that's the commercial they've been playing. So we are doing everything possible, hopefully, to improve the internet system in there. And as soon that is done, believe me or not, it might not be 100% perfect because overall it's Liberia, but we're going to have a better system. So welcome, I'm Alfonso Z, and so here at the New England Bureau. I soon to the program gets on the way in the 50-50 studio. We'll be leaving the New England Bureau desk and join T. Max Jalteh. He will be playing host to Martin KOLLAH, is the Secretary General of the opposition Liberty Party. Well, can Liberty Party ever be reconciled? Well, nothing is impossible. Politicians always gouge, always poke in the throat of one another, but they must have the political tolerance to sit around the table and mend their fences. Can that happen in Liberia? Yes, possibly. Is there any history of it? Absolutely not. But nothing is off the table. Let's see, is there a conversation ongoing right now at the highest level, off camera, that you don't know, I don't know, and that perhaps KOLLAH will reveal here this evening? Liberty Party has been heavily fragmented as well. You have the Nyomli Kanga wing, and you have Hassan Balete wing. The divide is all over. Chaotic situations all over. At the hands of politicians and those who want to take state power, but they are unable to smoke the peace pipe. How can this possibly happen for them to consolidate and make have the political to solidify their political will? I don't know. You don't know. Our job is to ask all of the questions, and hopefully they will be able to answer. You want to see more of news content sharings of the Liberia Public Radios and that of the SCAR Communication Network in Liberia. Both managements are in intensive conversations in making sure quality, proportional, seasoned, well-balanced reporting and news sharing is done right here on this network. And this is why we are taking our own time to have these conversations. So many is at stake in Liberia, right here in the USA, in Moserado, England, my own native land, Bon County, Basso, and there. Okay, it's 50-50. We are saying now is about to get on the way, and we will be leaving our new studio, New England Bureau studio right here. I am Alfonso Zian, so stay tuned. The crew. This is Howard, and let's see, this is Lpr-Tv and Scott TV. Welcome you to this broadcast. Today is 50-50 Timas Jalteh, playing host to the Secretary General of the Opposition to Liberty Party. Let's leave our New England Bureau studios and join our man there. There you go. All right, let's just bear with us here and we will get this going.
That are being promulgated for which we have gone back and forth. I move, Mr. Speaker, if I can obtain a second, that in order to get to the real substance, that this matter be passed on to a specialized committee. Representative Johnson and Gueglo made that statement, made that suggestion. The back page of the front page newspaper said Butler names 23 men squad for Afghan qualifiers. That's the only newspaper we have. You can buy that paper and get into it. So let's get to the topic I'm here for. That topic is how has the Cummings forgery and criminal conspiracy case brought about by Benin Ayure of the ALP that abruptly ended last Friday with the Solicitor General represented with the government of Liberia represented by the Solicitor General of the Republic of Liberia, dropping all charges against Mr. Cummings and others with prejudice to the state. And let me explain that in my legal definition, when you say with prejudice to the state, it means that the case is closed, finito, is done forever. You will not visit that case, because doing so in court, double jeopardy. You cannot try a man for one crime over and over. So what has that done to the 5 months trial? The case, matter of fact, legally should have been a 30 days trial, but it lasted 5 months. Why has that? Why has the 5 month trial impacted Liberia in particular and the opposition political community? What are your thoughts on the Supreme Court ruling in the case CPP versus ALP stroke Unity Party? Can the Liberty Party ever be reconciled? My special studio guest, Martin KOLLAH, Secretary General of the fractured Liberty Party. Fractured Liberty Party. Most are winning, young win.
There's one Liberty Party. But Timas, thank you for having me in. Thank you. Let me say good morning to the listening public. Let me say good morning, especially to partisans of Liberty Party.
Why are you dressing like this? You maybe to wear what I wear. You get political intention. You get political.
Of course, Timas.
Of course.
Yes. But Timas,
other guys. So that Dillon office, when you graduate from Dillon office, you becoming a political person.
No, I've been having political ambition before working for Senator Dillon. It was against that background that he asked me to help him. He didn't need me to.
And you call him the light. You label him as the light.
We all. You haven't talked yet that you asked me to come to elaborate. And I leave my friend Dillon today.
No, it's not. That mine's from myself.
Yeah, of course, I know that. But let me also have one brother and friend today. But yes, look, so before coming to do an analysis of the impact of this whole end of Mr. Cummings trial, you know, the Mr. Cummings case can be likened to a true story in the Bible, you know, and it breaks my heart because Mr. Cummings, an innocent man, his integrity, his character was injured unfairly and unjustly in this country. It's so sad. But it can be likened to the story of the betrayal of Jesus. You know, I'm not saying Mr. Cummings is Jesus. Nobody can be Jesus. But I'm likening his scenario to the betrayal of Jesus. You know, when Judas Iscariot when it struck a deal with the high priest
30 pieces of silver
and was betraying his master for 30 pieces of silver, it was the greatest betrayal that the world have ever witnessed. Today, Mr. Cummings' entire case can be likened to that Bible story. When you read the gospel, the Gospels of the Bible, when you read the book of Genesis, Luke, and going on, specifically Genesis chapter 26 and Luke chapter 22, you will read the betrayal of Jesus and you look at Mr. Cummings' scenario, then you begin to appreciate that this man have really truly come to deliver our country. Because at the end of the day, Jesus became the savior of the country. But you know, and yesterday, interestingly, I listened to our sister party, the ALP press statement, and I was laughing. They say that they were dismayed over the fact that the government did not consult anything, but you have been used like Judah. You got your 30 pieces of silver, and they are done with you. When you are used as a political tool, when they are done with you, they are done with you.
The transaction is finished.
It's finished. So who told you Cephas have time, the SGC for have time to consult anybody in the ALP? That was a transaction that you agreed to, and you betrayed one of your colleagues in the opposition community. But you see, truth can never hide. Jesus was meant to be the savior of the world. Eventually, there are hundreds of millions of people following Jesus as our Lord and Savior today. Mr. Cummings' scenario is the same. This man, after being betrayed by his own colleagues, they thought that they were working with good people of good intention. Like Judas thought that he had made good friends with the high priest and the scribe and the Pharisees and the rest of them. Only for Judas to hang himself at the end of the day. You know the Bible story ended by saying Judas hanged himself because he was frustrated, knowing that he was working with the wrong people. You know, I just thought to bring that story up because it is important for our people to understand that this man was innocent as Jesus was innocent. Hands clean. You know, it was an attempt to, because everybody called Mr. Cummings clean hands. So they said, no, we got to dirty the man's hand. He ain't got to be dirty in the political process. But, you know, for me, it's time for healing. Repentance is never too late once you are alive. It is time for all of us to put our pieces together, especially now that the Supreme Court has finally ruled to divide us or to create a condition for Unity Party and ALP to work under the CPP scot-free. You know, it is important, you know, but I was jokingly telling my man Mo Adi that I hope you're going to take the witness stand tomorrow because several people can keep you hanging. You know, they let my man Mo Adi hanging on the witness stand.
He's not going to count. The case is over. It's not going to count.
No, he should go.
No, the case is over.
The boy had prepared himself to really be used. You know, Tima, another interesting thing about this case, I have never seen a case that you accuse somebody of forgery, criminal conspiracy, and tampering with document that they will have to always subpoena you before you can. All your witnesses were subpoena. None of them came on. You accuse me and say I am XYZ. You have accused me. You say I did XYZ. And your whole political party is there along with people that collaborating with you. They have to subpoena them before they will count. It's strange. But this is the Jesus's Julia scenario that we are that we are witnessing before our very eye. I can only tell Mr. Cummings that thank God your character have been redeemed and that the people in this country now understand and know where the trouble are. So let me do some quick analysis on the impact. The first thing tonight, the Supreme Court ruling has no bearing, absolutely no bearing on the case in the ministerial court, in the city court down there. Absolutely no bearing. So how come now that this Supreme Court ruling that was speaking to constitutionality, it spoke to 8.5.2, the withdrawal clause in the CPP framework agreement. Your case at the lower court is forgery, and criminal conspiracy, tampering with CPP framework document. How can the ruling in the constitutional case have now impacted the case that talks about fraud? You see, the government was being suffocated. The government was under immense pressure, both nationally and internationally, especially with the coming up of the Forensic International Institution report. The government knew that they were they knew that they had tampered with the wrong person. So at that point, the government was looking for every breath to breathe oxygen. The Supreme Court case presented a scenario for them to breathe.
But there's no similarity between two different cases.
Exactly.
Absolutely two different cases.
When you're drowning, you can hold raise up there. Where Serena Cephas and the rest of the government are positioned themselves, they were being suffocated, they were drowning, they knew that they had lost it all. So any case, it would be any other case that just attached to CPP, Mr. Cephas would have said the same thing that he said concerning the Wacomi case. He was looking for a way out. There's no bearing.
You think Cephas was being coerced by the president? Said, "Look, come on, you're wasting my time. There's no case." Because the Minister of Justice said, as far as he's concerned, he didn't give Cephas any evidence to wrong with the prosecuting comments.
But
could the president have said, "Come on, what are you people doing? They should have lasted for 30 days, for 150 days. Get rid of this stuff."
Look, there you go. The case was even beyond Cephas. And I believe that at a certain point in time, when the big shot found out that they were messing with the wrong man, when they found out that this thing was impacting the country negatively, then they went on now to ask Cephas, you get to let the case go. What we hope to achieve, we are not achieving it. Because I will tell you some of the benefits that it also brought to Mr. Cummings. So you see, at a certain point in time, the Justice Minister himself got confused. And said, "But my man, I didn't authorize this case. I should." And then Cephas said, but it was scratch the case off first, and then later on, you reinstated the case. Yeah. And he said, "No." So you see, what it also did to us is to bring our justice system to a complete mockery. It's to make mockery of our justice system. So much so that it has not only damaged the justice system of our country, but it has damaged perspective for development in our country. Timas, let me say something. No investor coming into this country, knowing that agreements are not upheld by the Supreme Court or by any court, for that matter, will want to come and do serious investment in our country. Because what the people hold to come and invest in your country is the agreement that they made with the government or with any individual citizen or institution. If those agreements cannot be upheld, there is a problem. So our perspective for development in this country has been challenged by the Mr. Cummings case. People look at the case just from one perspective, just from their political party perspective. Most people are fanatic, like I will always say. So because I'm a unity party person and the prosecuting the man, and the man should not go against Ambassador Boyka, so I will support it. But it will injure us. it will injure investment opportunities in this country will slow down. In fact, investors in the country now are beginning to worry. What if somebody go into an agreement with an investor, or the government just say we are notifying this agreement today? The people will walk away. They have set that example. Look, you know, there is something that this government is faced with right now, and that's the hard questions about the Mr. Cummings trial. And I was listening to a few radio stations, and there was some revelation made that Mr. Weah was being coerced by his colleague in West Africa, telling him you got to trap that case and something. Everywhere the government go, especially after the finding of the international forensic frame, everywhere the government go to ask for anything or to seek any assistance, the first question that comes to them: why did you try an innocent man? So this is something, you see, when Mr. Cummings said there will be consequences, people thought it was just about going to grab somebody to go sue them. No. When you do these kind of things, you shoot yourself in the legs, you expose the damaged judicial system that you have, and you allow investors to not have confidence in you. And then you also retrogress the democratic progress that we have made over the years. This is so sad for Liberia. The level of injury this have caused to our country is unimaginable. People just think that, oh, when Mr. Cummings said there will be consequences, so you will go sue or somebody, you will sue Tiro for example. No. There are consequences already that the government is facing. But this is the good news about the Mr. Cummings case. This case has made him so popular, both nationally and politically popular also too internationally. He was already well known internationally as a businessman, a strategy, a manager, administrator, but he has made him politically popular internationally. This case has proven that Mr. Cummings is the clean-hand guy and remain a man of integrity in the business of politics in our country.
Let's move to point number 2.
Correct.
You have this case with the CPP. Now, I don't know, the CPP can just be defined now as ANC and Liberty Party.
Correct.
So the CPP versus ALP and the United Party, and the highest court of the land made a determination that it should be ABC. Correct. What are your thoughts on the conclusion of the case by the Supreme Court?
So, the ruling, Liberty Party that I come from, being a party that have over time, being a respecter of the law, will respect the ruling of the Supreme Court. But that ruling have far-reaching implication on our country, on the opposition community, on the hopes and aspirations for the Liberian people. Timas, right now, there is no feature in this country for any group to come together and call themselves alliance or coalition. Because doing so is to say that I can say Timas and I collaborating today, tomorrow, I just walk out with nothing. That ruling have impacted our democratic process in this country. No, there is no faith in any group of people having coalition or collaboration.
There's no guarantee.
Nothing. No guarantee. Absolutely no guarantee. Also, Timas, that ruling invaded the sanctity of a provision of the Constitution that is so important to national development. Article 25. When the Supreme Court rule on the constitutionality of your right to associate and refuse to associate and forget about the issue of agreement and contract, you are telling development partners, you are telling investors, like I said, you are telling everybody that in this country, the provision in our constitution that will guarantee you coming here in this country to partner with us on any development agenda, and we have an agreement, and that we will live up to that agreement, It's no guarantee.
It's not Bible.
Timas, you know, people don't see the danger in that. And I can understand the celebration from our colleagues and some other things, but our posterity will pay for this. Timas, also, that ruling successfully divided the CPP into two parts, which is against the hopes and aspirations of our people. Timas, our people had hope when Mr. Cummings chaired the CPP and led them to victory and dismantled the ruling establishment politically during the special senatorial election. When we won most of the seats, when he demonstrated and exercised leadership. And because of that, we won most of the seat. That ruling has said that, look, CPP, you can be together. If that you people, if you are you people coming together will be the vehicle to deliver our country from all this mess that's going on in our country, deplorable health system. People, look at the guy who died from LEC, this LEC supervisor, Gabriel, who died on a pole when management could not even live up to, the guy's a supervisor on duty, got injured, could not come. Power governance. We buy aboard few days money $10 before coming here to Utima. You are telling that ruling is telling the library people you get no hope. You get no hope. In as much as we accept it, that ruling is speaking. It says you have no hope. The vehicle is gone. And so that ruling is almost touching the hopes of the library people. But we are hopeful. We are hopeful. In the words of Mr. Cummings, he said, when you are going bombing country, the vehicle break down, you repair it and you move. We'll repair the vehicle and we'll move on. Also, look, Timas, one of the most important things that I'm reading to our democratic setting is set the basis for this government to further or for future government to manipulate our democratic space and go scot-free. That's what I really did. If we are in power and we see a strong opposition coming together, we cause confusion among them, and we make one of them to carry the other colleagues to our court and say, you finger the white document, you do this, and call you all kind of names. At the end of the white day, they will tell the Supreme Court to rule to divide you people. That's why they are. That ruling has completely spoken to the fact that government can manipulate our judicial system against the opposition and it goes scot-free. You know, Tim, I thought to bring up all of these analysis today so that those of us in the opposition community can begin the hearing process faster. It's important because if we don't cool off and heal ourselves, posterity will judge us tomorrow. And for those who are calling for the withdrawal and they are happy and they are dancing around, posterity will judge them more. Because it is only when we are together we can make we are a one-term president. All we see here, the most recent roll from 24 million, thin air, breeze. Our people are suffering. Our people this is why, you know, I now begin to appreciate some of the decisions that Mr. Cummings took during the special senatorial election. When he denied himself Nima Kante so CPP can live. When he denied himself Bapolu so CPP can live. When he denied himself Grand Cape Man Kante, so I begin to appreciate this man and his leadership ability. Tima, it's sad in my heart. Such a character will go through what he went through.
Let's get to the point of this. Now, the United Party and the Liberty Party out, and the United Party, by law, is allowed to feed a candidate. It's no longer any part of the CPP, so CPP will not support that candidate. No, because they walk out of CPP. So CPP will not support the United Party candidate that is in the Lpr senatorial by-elections.
So even before I talk about supporting anybody in the Lpr county election, CPP has no interest in the Lpr county election. That elections was stolen from CPP.
Since we put about Kennedy
Of
before,
course, and Kennedy won.
in the president of Brani Samuka.
Of course, and the people of Lofa County spoke their minds through the ballot box, and we respected their decision. And this is why we have said that we're not put a no candidate if the government manipulate the system and want to go to have election, and anybody else want to go for pray for a CPP have no interest. Therefore, we support no candidate. We have no interest in the Lofa election. Look, that election is illegal. It's illegal. Look, tell me any kind of way. Some of the reason why people are Bernie Samuka's stroke today, Minister Bernie Samuka's stroke today, are the very things that are occurring in this country. People are misapplying funds. What are they doing to these people? Nothing. I, from CPP, and people from the collaborating political party should buttress government effort to deny one of our own, especially Unity Party that presented that candidate to the CPP. I'm a little bit disappointed. Unity Party should have stood up for Mr. Samuka.
But the Supreme Court made a determination of that case.
Of course, but listen, again, the Supreme Court.
And what baffles people, this show is being relayed on our Liberian Public Radio in the United States. You can click on their platform. You will hear us, you will see us, and having the discussion about partnering. The Liberian Public Radio in the United States is relaying this program as well. The point I'm making is this: the Supreme Court, the National Elections Commission declared Brani Samuka as the sole winner of the by-elections.
Of course,
the Supreme Court said, "Hey, you're not going. You're not taking seat." It is the same Supreme Court that's saying, "Hey, come on down, 8.5.2. We say you can enter, you can walk out anytime with no consequences." So saying you can, the Kotuma can be defeated by the Unity Party, and the woman is saying, even though we have the liberty to defeat them by the Kotuma, but I don't have confidence in the operation of the National Elections Commission, as he shot himself in the foot. It was the State National Elections Commission that conducted the by-election, that brought the likes of Nyombi, the likes of Dillon, the likes of everybody. He said,
and the likes of his own candidate who won and who is being denied today. But that is falling prey to the manipulation of the government. People in the opposition community have succumbed to the manipulation, the clever maneuvering of the ruling establishment. So today, even decisions that they make are inconsistent. What would you say about the same National Election Commission, like I said, that conducted an election in Lofa, and the candidate that you put up won? Today, you are saying you have no confidence in the National Election Commission. Well, it is meant for the public to see and understand that people are getting confused by the day. Look, I told you too much. We need to find time as opposition and do some deep reflection. There are too many hopes and aspirations on the line. Then for us to be playing to these people manipulation. These people are not good. I just gave you the scenario of Judas Iscariot when he taught the high priests, the scribe, the Pharisees, and the rest of those who wanted Jesus there were his friends. They were actually, and when they got done with him, he has to go to hang himself. We need to be careful. Look, at this point in time, there's a call for healing. Look, we can go our separate ways. You can go and individually fix, because this fight was about 2023. It was not actually about Kotima. It was not about Lofa. It was the fear that I have submitted myself to an agreement that say I cannot withdraw and feel candidate in my own name. So to do that, I must ensure that we fight this Kotima case and make sure that we feel candidate, but for myself. So we can understand. Now that you have that opportunity, leave and let all of us sit back and do some reflection.
Okay,
let's see how we do. Now,
Ken, Okay, let's continue. Let's go to the last part of that. Your party is no sacred, it's fractured, it's factionalized.
My party is coming together.
It's battered.
My party is coming together.
Can they ever come together?
Yes, look, Tima, it's possible. And there are a lot of prospects that will come together.
Just give me.
We went to the Supreme Court library, and together we looked through the documents. We found out that we have said from time to time that we made those changes consistent with the Farmington Agreement. The other parties said no, they were certified. So we went and we did some analysis and looked at the various document. So that is passed now. Look, Timas, we will implement the Farmington Agreement to the letter. That's the only thing I have to really say about this one, because the point of contention right now in the Liberty Party is the Farmington Agreement. We have said from our end that to get actual and genuine peace, we should implement the Farmington to the letter. You will not want for us to implement a portion of the Farmington and say the other portion we can't implement it because it doesn't favor you. So since this Farmington is the issue, we are committed. I sat on the radio here. I said, if it will cost me my district that I have invested so much in, I told you, I have 2 high schools in that district. I have the biggest technical school there. I'm trying to do a health facility there now. I'm doing a lot of engagement there. But Timas, I can sacrifice that district so that we have peace. If that's what it will mean, but we must do it in line with the law.
What is the contentious problem with CPP? With Liberty? What is
no?
I think we are past the issue of constitutionality with constitutional government. With constitutional government, the Liberty Party, the Supreme Court has said unambiguously that the 2021 Constitution is indeed that Constitution. So what cases left?
No, what we wanted to do was that we all have agreed on Farmington since October of last year.
What is the Farmington relation? What does it say?
Speak to 3 things. One, it spoke about the position of the political leader. It spoke to the position of the political leader. We have adjusted that. It spoke to the position of the national chairman. We have adjusted that. It spoke to the filing procedure and NEC. We have done with that. We went to NEC, we all went there, we visited there. So the filing procedure was in place, NEC have informed us. So you will now want for us to implement certain portion of the Farmington and say, so the Farmington issue for me has been the issue all through. The Justice Intima made it the principal issue to resolving this crisis, which I applaud her for. We will need to go by that agreement to the letter. Now,
you're beating around, so let me keep you in compass. Let me keep you in compass and let me keep you in context. It is this contentious issue of who controls the affairs and operation of Liberty Party. And this fight has always been, is it the political leader or the chairman and the secretary general of the party? And I'll give you one definition. Let me give you a scenario that translates to titles, nomenclature, if you will. Political leaders are standard bearer first.
Correct.
You agree with me on that?
Correct.
The political leader is a standard bearer.
Correct.
He goes to elections. If he wins, he is the president of the Republic of Liberia.
Correct.
If he loses, he comes back as the political leader.
Correct.
So I don't know why you're making all this noise as if this is too technical to understand.
No, Timas.
So what is the contentious?
No, Timas. Initially, it was the issue of trust.
Trust on what?
It was the issue of trusting one another.
In what? To what respect? Who decides? Who makes the ultimate decision? Is that your claims?
No, Timas. No. The Constitution is clear. The laws of the Liberty Party are very clear on who runs the party at what point in time and who run it at a certain point in time in collaboration and consultation. The laws are clear. So who runs the party? Issue? The issue was because there was a division. So we have the issue of people not trusting one another. Now that we have sat on one table and we included and incorporated everything, we at our end are ensuring that the Farmington Agreement is further to the letter. So, for example, Tima, if it's OB A, B, C, you can't say it will be D, B. So because the Farmington say A, B, C, the word in the Farmington Agreement is the word of any word that is not in Farmington Agreement will not be in the amended version of the 2021 Constitution that will be submitted. So we good. As a matter of fact, we good. Look, Tima,
what does Farmington say regarding
the way
leadership structure and powers?
Yeah. So they say the political leader in consultation and collaboration with the chairman. It says the chairman is the administrative heads of the party. So that's why I say it is clear on who do what at a certain point in time. You know, but the way things get torn apart, the way people get sick, the healing process is gradual. And we are getting healed. As a party, we believe that this fault have taught us so many things that are now guiding us. Let me the way we work, we interact with one another.
The producers are signaling to me. Let me get this clear. Liberty Party in your deliberation in your convention said you're not feeding any candidate.
Correct.
Will we reach to the level where that decision is reversed?
No, Timas.
It would never ever be reversed.
The National Convention could do it because the National Convention is the higher decision-making body.
The convention made our determination that you're not going to feed any candidates.
That was a special election.
Elections.
Yeah, that was a special convention. So if we go to the national election, there are some determinations that can be made, but we will have national convention that is by law.
To redetermine as to whether you feed a candidate or not?
Not necessarily to redetermine whether we feed a candidate. It could most likely be to reaffirm
what you said.
Yeah, what we said. And then also 1 year is by law, not only our term. 1 year to 2005, Bronski went for Senate bearership. 1 year before 2011, in 2010, he went and contested to be Senate bearer. It also happened in 2016. I think I saw you in Ganta. So it's by law. So what we're going to do now, that's why I say all the happenings in our party have alerting us as to how we interact and deal with one another. The law will be our guide. And we'll be very careful because you see the good faith thing, doing things in good faith, good faith. At the end of the day, some of us that get real good faith, we are spoken about so negatively, and because our needs sweet, so this time around, when you say Farmington, we go by it. When it is not in our Farmington, we don't put it there. When you say we should go for election or we should not go for election, we say where the law say. We go by it.
Who are the Judases in Liberty Party? Be frank with me.
Well, no, listen.
What are the Judases?
I'm not prepared to dig a hole. I'm not interested in look.
Who are the Confucianists, if you put it lightly?
Yes, Timas, I'm interested in looking at the past and learning from history, from a historical past and moving forward.
Okay.
Right now, Liberty Party is in a healing process, and we will do everything and go by the letter on the Farmington Agreement or on the 2021 Constitution, as has been instructed and agreed upon by the Supreme Court.
By the Supreme Court. Let's take our break, and when we come back, call me on that number, 07777 This program is being relayed on Liberian Public Radio and Liberian Public TV. You can get that from the United States. Just click on their website and you get everything as we speak. Let's take the break and be right back.
Activate 3 days free. 3 days for free.
Our favorite promotion just started. The same promotion.
Activate 3 days free. And you can win another 3 days for free. Dial *143# to activate. 45 minutes for calls to the Orange Network, unlimited SMS to the Orange Network, 8 minutes calls to all other networks, 45 megabytes of data.
Brings you closer to what matters. Orange.
They have done it again.
All the excitement. Share the good news.
My pikin tried to Cote d'Ivoire day before yesterday, and he's still calling me on a number. He's still pressing on the heart.
Nothing makes me more relaxed than being able to work and stay connected without interruption, whether I am at home or away.
They have to thank you.
More travels, more possibilities.
Well, does the T-Mac show 50-50 right there is in the West African state of the Republic of Liberia. I am Afonso Z, and so as soon we get a signal, they are back. We will be linking control. It's quite interesting. The politics in Liberia has been played, lack of political tolerance. They are unable to sit around the conference and mend defenses. Everybody taking the defiant positions and no conciliatory tone. So I say what to dwell and keep talking with his CPP, WPP. I'm not sure where we are heading and the positions of the oppositions in Liberia. That's Martin KOLLAH, is the Secretary General of the Opposition Liberty Party, in studio this morning in Liberia. Time check in the East Coast here is 7:20 Eastern Standard Time. Very, very wet morning here in the East Coast. And you're going to be seeing more of this here, the news content sharing. We are now collaborating. Lpr and SCA, we are sharing news content because the war collaborations in Liberia is very fearless and very high to determine the true definitions of it, because they didn't go to that collaboration in good faith. Some of them left their baggages to the door and entered the conference hall and appeared and professed to be clean and cold. There was no long term. It was basically, if you look at that document, it was just a short term quick fix they intended to do. And so there was no really long term goal. We let us just get CDC up. And politics, you have to create a sort of octopus list in order to figure out exactly what you want to do. Some were not honest in the conversation. And this is why we see all of his distractions is unleashing. And these politicians must be held accountable. They must be talking on issues of substance. Interestingly, and sadly, their supporters are so much in defiance and unable to even look in the faces of those people that they support. That, hey, this is not just only you, because when you fade away, the country will still survive. But they believes in their group or these folks they call political leaders so much to the extent everything that comes out of them, no one question it. It's true. And we saw what played out, the entire process, the innuendos, the subliminal messages, the fake news, the false who were all incited into this thing here and get us to be where we are. 4 parties put together, and they were unable to come to a resolve. Yet they say they want to manage state power. All must be held accountable, including our very self sit behind the microphone, and you, the supporters of these people, because we must all put our country first. The reason you see the Western country democracy is so unique is they have that political tolerance. Whatever happens in the field of politics, at the end of the day, the score, the dust is settled. And we saw that here, the intense campaigns and primary within the Democrats, Obama and Hillary rather than Clinton, in which at the end of the day, there was some political settlement. And in order to satisfy the Clinton base and to solidify the political base of the Democrats, you cannot ignore her. Obama brought her in as the Secretary of State, and that works well. It stabilizes all of the unnecessary noise. Why can't these people do the same? Why can't they do the same? Someone should position his or herself as the son of man in the politics of Liberia, and wear our crowns where the garbage and everything will be thrown at you in order for Liberia to be better. Let's go to the last and final segment. I'm Alfonso Zienso, right here at the New England Bureau of the Liberia Public Radio. Let's leave our studio right now and join T. Max Jalteh and the 50/50 crew in Liberia for continuations of today's editions of 50/50.
Of the MOU at formula. So thankfully, through the interventions of the team, I think all sides are simplified now. But quite frankly, there were four massive points, Martin, and the last points had to do with public pronouncement. And you did not mention that. The MOU at the time placed a moratorium on the LP constitutional operations in terms of executive memo authorizing speaking to the public. So in that case, any endorsement since the October MOU is to be fiasco. And you people should accept that in good faith in order to reconcile the party. Any convention since after the October agreement is also fiasco. Any endorsement is fiasco. And to conclude on this matter, LG, some issue of legal matter to put the consortium down. Liberty Party is the second biggest opposition party that we are serving secretary. I want to bring attention to the meaning of the Supreme. If you look at Article 72, the first sentence are present at all times. At all times. Do not ignore that applause. It's so powerful. At all times, you can easily establish and petition the government. At all times, you can associate and disassociate. Don't just look at the association or the association and just conclude with that. I beg of you, do some legal consultation. But as for all institutions, we need to reconcile now. And the political leader has said that, the chairman has said that, and we're ready to make sure that our party banks are. Now, we need to make a single decision as regard to the power value of this country. Liberty Party is put and leave the cat. Strategically positioned. There's a beautiful young girl who will all in Liberty Party for realize that and live in it.
Thank you very much. Call me on that number on 07777 You'll be live on 50/50 on Sky 107. This program is being relayed on our sister radio station, radio and television station, Liberian Public Radio. So let's go back to the line. Talk to our next caller. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning, my brother. What's your name and where you calling me from?
I'm Richard Hardy Jr. calling from Italy, Rome.
Oh, Richard. Good morning. Go ahead.
Yeah, I just want to ask a few questions to the Secretary General in the studio.
Go ahead.
I want to know the position of Yomini Kangalore, president within the Liberty Party, and those that were appointed by Musa Belete to the EC of the Liberty Party. Would they still maintain a position? My next question would be, would the Ganta convention that was like they endorsed Mr. Communist stay whole? If it's whole, then what they put in the Constitution and sent to NEC, it is still going to work. And my last stop is, Mr. Kula, you are a very young man and you are a very good person. We expect you to be thinking better. Our Supreme Court make a ruling and all the justices on the bench, they accepted the ruling and it's put a stamp that signature to the ruling. If you are coming here, you're now a lawyer or counselor, you shouldn't be talking about the justice or the justices were in error with the ruling. There will be something like it is not good. And it will be very disingenuous to our citizens by lying on the Supreme Court. Thank you.
But I see that.
Oh, call me on that number 0777. Let's go back to line 3. Talk to our next caller. Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning, Timmy.
Good morning, my brother. What's your name and where you calling me from? Is that Frank?
No, this is Othello, you need.
Okay, go ahead.
All right, good morning to my brother in studio, Martin KOLLAH. Thank you so much, Tim, for allowing me to come in studio to provide some information that are not in line with the Liberty Party Constitution. First of all, Martin KOLLAH needs to apologize to the people of Liberia for lying today this morning. He said the party constitution says the political leader in consultation with the party chairman. That's allowed right there. The Constitution says the political leader in consultation with the executive committee can craft a party policy to be implemented. He said that the political leader in consultation with Musa Sabenza, so which means every time Senator Nyombe is incapacitated, it means that Musa can function all by himself. So he needs to apologize to the public for that. And two, I want for Musa, for Martin Kula to let the public know if the endorsement that was done by Musa is still staying with Alexander Cummings, that's one. Again, let Martin Kula let the public know who is the chairman of the Liberty Party and who is the political leader of the Liberty Party. If so, send Musa out of the party constitution. Is Musa waiting as a chairman in good faith to resign from the party? That's what I want to know this morning.
You think when I be the good thing they be ask Musa that question directly, because I don't think this guy can speak to that, whether Musa is willing to resign. Let's go back to line 5, talk to our next caller. Good morning.
Good morning, Uncle Tima, and good morning, Martin Kula.
Good morning, my brother. What's your name and where you calling us from?
Daniel Giring Kakwa from Bongo Ante.
Go ahead.
Banga City.
You calling from Banga?
Yeah, I'm calling from Banga ING.
You listening to Sky from Banga now?
Monitor you live on internet.
Oh, okay, on internet, so you can be anywhere in the world. Go ahead.
Yeah. My question goes to Brother Martin. Because when they came here for that convention, I'm one of those that said trouble was coming. I see power struggle, and it happened. This is the people that went and do Kwasa endorsement in Nima County with all the political leaders concerned. Then how will you people reconcile such a thing when you're talking about reconciliation, when the political leaders no longer respected by you, Martin Kula, and Bolete? I'm a member of the Liberty Party. You think how we're going to reconcile that? Thank you.
Thank you very much. Call me on that number on 07777 You be live on 5050 on Sky 107. Can we take one more? Let's go back to the line. Talk to our next caller. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. I think the caller is not ready. Can we give you time to react to some of the concerns raised?
So, Timas, you know, there is a difference between hearing and listening. I think that's what is happening to most of some of the callers. Some of them hear me talking and they don't listen to get what I'm saying. At no point in time did I say the Constitution says the political leader in consultation with chairmanability. I said the Constitution says the political leader in consultation and collaboration with the NEC, the National Executive Committee. So people will have to understand. As for Justin Pengba trying to say I don't understand the legal issue, I'm not responding to why, because he should have a problem. The Constitution at no point say I challenge any lawyer. At no point is say that you get a right to associate and disassociate. Say you get a right to associate and refuse to associate. I mean, I don't have to be a lawyer to understand that one. So they want for all to understand their way. I'm not prepared to do that. And I don't have to be a lawyer to give my analysis on issue. I did not say the Supreme Court was in error. I say we respect the ruling of the Supreme. People get listening problem. I will respect the ruling, but I have the right to give my analysis on the ruling. And I will give it impact analysis on what it means for Liberia in the ruling at the higher court and in another prosecutor case at the lower court. It's very important just for people to understand. And then somebody say, I have disrespected. Say, look, and look, I will leave from this place with a very free conscience. In all of this fight, I never one day disrespected Ambassador Becker, Mr. Ure, Senator Kanga, Mr. Ability, Senator Dilo. I have always spoken to the issue. And speaking to the issue, that why we take disrespect, go ahead. But listen, nobody putting food on my table. And in a business, I was elected not to come and just be buying down and be saying yes or no. It's time for us to say something because it's about us. We are in our future. Timas, I'm in my 40s. Then you want for me to stay be thinking that I get future? I'm in my future already. You know, so for people to be, oh, you might, I have never, Timas, I have always said, I challenge people, you know, Timas, I receive a whole lot of threats. I receive a whole lot of threats on a daily basis. Let me say it to you. I mean, people say, oh, we wait 1-2 years, then we can't kill you, then we kill your family, we do this. Sending me 13 messages and things. All the things. Now, I mean, and I'm going on. A lot of threat. But let me say this, maybe just for us to want. No, you see, the country is in such a deplorable state, and I think our people should find relief in the opposition community coming to redeem them. For us to not work together at this point in time, for us to not hold together, for us to not reflect and think about the Liberian people more, then we have a problem. But like I said earlier on, that Mr. Cummings' case can be likened to the betrayal of Jesus. And look, let me tell you what the administrator say in Luke chapter 22, verse 3. It says, and Satan entered Judas. Timas, you listen to what I mean? Mm-hmm. It says, and Satan entered Judas. That's what the Bible says. Then, when you read Matthew chapter 26, from verse 24 to 25, it says, hold on to the man that will betray the Son of Man. For it was better that man is not born.
So Satan entered Benina.
No,
because Satan entered Judas.
I said Satan entered Judas.
So who entered the Pope? So who entered Benina?
I have seen the crisis in our case
or
lacking. The crisis around it can be lacking to the betrayal of Jesus. And I'm quoting scripture references so that you understand and appreciate the fact that the devil is working. And so Satan entered Judas, and then the scripture say, hold on to that man who betrayed the Son of Man.
For it was better
that he was now born. Today, we are at a point. This man, this clean man, clean hands, we call him Mr. Clean Hands. You know, the people accusing, let me leave Mr. Cummings, the people accusing Mr. Bennett. Mr. Bennett as a citizen has a right to be vice president or president in this country. But this is a man who said, with all the money that I have spent, with all the time that I have put in making CPP the way, with all the qualification that I have, with all the rights that I have under the law, with all the support that I have in terms of votes, I will selflessly lower all my ambition. I don't want to be president. I don't want to be vice president. That is something that we that work with him, have sat with him and talked with him. I am challenging the other people on the other side and make the opposition community selfless so that we have one candidate to present in the interest of the Liberian people. I'm challenging it. They will not do it.
Okay.
Because I told you the crisis in CPP have bordered around greed and selfishness. And Satan entered Judas.
Let's take our last break. And when we come, we went straight to Studio A to Princess to give us comments from our social media users.
After being in the business for more than 20 years, Uptown Garage has all it takes to make your car work best for you. Uptown Garage has all sizes of quality tires. Uptown Garage has also brought you a state-of-the-art 2022 upgraded brand-new machine that is easily to get any problem with your car. Don't worry, we can fix it for you. Is your car having any electrical problem? Well, Uptown Garage has a professional electrician from Ghana who is up to the task of programming and solving all of your car electrical problems. Uptown Garage is at the intersection of Broad and Nelson Streets with the Uptown Spare Parts Store on Broad Street side. We have our garage and new showroom at Rehab at the junction of President Wia's residence. For original spark plugs from Japan, oil filters, engine oil, and everything you need to get your car working perfectly, come to Uptown Garage. We give 1 month warranty. We also provide a tow truck free of charge if we are the ones to work on your car. But we can also tow your car anywhere for a fee. Contact Uptown Garage head office on 0777 553317 or 0886 553317 or our rehab branch on 0770 902865. Uptown Garage, your 100% Liberian owned, is here to put a smile on your face.
Hey y'all, what's up back homie LIV man?
T-Brash, that you? Hey, what are you when you man? I'm surprised because most of you can't call your friend when you go to America.
Come on man, I told you I'll make the difference girl. By the way, I need to send you some cash for her that the banks are closed today in LIV.
You sleeping? That bro comes to another level. You can send your script to my phone.
Receive money from your family and friends in the US directly into your Orange Money wallet. Yes, you heard me right. Tell your loved ones to download the BNB or Small World money transfer apps or visit their websites to begin transferring. Visit www.orange.com.lr for more information. Free for sender until 30th November.
Brings you closer to what matters.
Orange.
Anybody who know I get money for them in the market here, they can force out to me where your food so I can send you quick cash. I too big to be holding people.
Bagu, you strong because the money you owe me is for the bucket. Anyway, you don't get any problem with it as long as you will add something to pay for the charges.
I got some prize for you, Mampo.
Enjoy more than a month long of Orange Money transactions free of charge. Yes, perform these Orange Money services. Send money and buy goods and services free of charge. I mean, no fees attached. Don't just stand there. Dial *144# now. It's all about what matters to you. Orange. Activate 3 days free call and you could get another 3 days for free.
Our favorite promotion just got better. The same promotion. We say wasa.
Activate 3 days free call and you could win another 3 days for free. Dial *143# to activate. 45 minutes for calls to the Orange Network, unlimited SMS to the Orange Network, 8 minutes calls to all other networks, 45 megabytes of data.
Brings you closer to what matters.
Orange.
They have done it again.
What excitement! Share the good news now.
My picking tried to Cote d'Ivoire yesterday, and he's still calling me on a number. He's still browsing on the arm.
Nothing makes me more relaxed than being able to work and stay connected without interruption, whether I am at home or away.
They have done it.
More travels, more possibilities. With a just released roaming data bundle for travelers to Cote d'Ivoire and Guinea-Conakry, you can now stay connected on the go. Dial *535# to activate a plan ranging from $1 for 25 megabytes to $20 for 1 gigabyte. The new roaming data bundle, an offer for you.
Brings you closer to what matters.
Orange.
Thank you very much. We're back on 50/50 on Sky 107. It's about time we go straight to Studio A to Princess to give us comments. Media users, the comments you're about to hear are not comments from Sky. We're not written, composed by Sky, written by our social media users. So we issued a strong disclaimer to the comments. So it's time that we go straight to Princess. Princess, it's over to you in Studio A.
I will begin with Francis G. Stevens, who writes, 50/50, you showed that you would get a balanced and credible response from a guest. Mandu Kotu writes, good morning, Sky FM family. I hope your guest will be balanced in his discussion. Daniel Waller writes, good morning, Sky FM. Good morning to my peace-loving people of Bela Yalak, Bapulu County. Sky FM, let me use this medium to say that Liberty Party in the first place isn't prepared to be recognized because the standard bearer always handling the party as... I can see the rest of it. Monty Wemmer Brown writes, good morning, T-Max. I see the trial as a wake-up call to all political parties. If we take our members back, collaborations in Liberia is an uphill battle, most especially when there is no defined arrowhead from the first day of negotiations. However, I am glad that the political party has gone their separate ways. He said 2023 will determine who will go for the second round with President Weah. J.S. Romeo K. Nabio writes, what a joke. Miffy Deco writes, good morning, T-Max. Martin is a smooth liar who has repeatedly lied about the Liberty Party constitution submitted to the NEC. Even with the corrections made, they are denying the truth. Oragawa writes, Martin is back in studio. Michael E. Flomosina writes, morning Sky FM family Liberia. The Sky FM Liberia family. T-Max, please ask a guest whether Senator Dillon is still reporting at the court to sign at 10 o'clock. Omaru Wa Sharif writes, ABC is strong. Jethro Silla Kanga Harris writes, Cummins Dame. Justin Colley Comment the second writes, I think Mr. KOLLAH is mistaking Joseph to Jesus. Genesis deals with the story of Joseph and not Jesus. Please correct that in Navarro's illustration. Omaru Wa Sharif, Mr. Cummins is the next president of the Republic of Liberia. J. Paul Glado writes, Mr. Former SG, what are you saying? Salome Saka writes, this dude lies with confidence too. What a shame. And to continue, T-Max 2 just listening. Monty Wemmer Brown writes, Mr. KOLLAH, I can see a divided Liberty Party supporting Mr. Cummins and Mr. Barker. It is clear. Tom Shemmer writes, no one believes in their own lies like this young man. We all know even the devil can quote scriptures. And this one, Double F Kabar, is 50-50 on A's ANC talk show now. Patrick Kimber Kekula writes, KOLLAH, your opinion is far from the truth decision of the court ruling in the CPP-UP case. Miffy Deco Alexander Cummins as head of the CPP was successful because the other political leaders worked and supported him fully, unlike him who undermines his colleagues. La Imana writes, any guests can come to the show, and if they pay for their spot, they will be given the chance to talk. UP, ALP, CDC, anyone can pay for their talk time and use their time. Helen Brown writes, when you are together with good reasonings, you from ANC brought all this trouble on our people. This one, Glenn Manson, you heard him saying collaborating party instead of parties. Let me take like a few more from here and then go to Francis Zawa writes, why is Martin and others from the ANC behaving now that they love Mr. Samka? Mr. Samka is already campaigning for the Unity Party candidate in Lofa County, so stop wasting your time, brother. And this final one, Samson Sumu, good morning to 50-50 family. Hello to your guest. I can see his tone changing from the time he noticed that his own boss, Bilate, were fighting a losing battle. When you became a man of God to be quoting from the Bible mountain, you are a false prophet and only deceiving Cummins for his cash. What becomes of all the vacancy position that you announced? What a big shame on you, Mountain. And let me now go on to the Liberia Public Radio page. T. Wilson Gay writes, T-Max, what a wonderful crown music. Ruth Robert Spengler writes, Martin was Martin before working with DeLon. Momo M. Sunday morning writes, listen to this confused surrogate of Cummins on the Alexander Cummins show. The ALP and the Unity Party have left you people long since. Ronald Thomas writes, why mountain not take loudspeaker? Why not take loudspeaker and go around Monrovia? The frustration just started and it starts in clean clothes. And I'm going to take like one more. Ronald Thomas, when the chief Musa Ability and Cummings took UP to the fake NEC so as to stop the biggest grassroots political party in Liberia from fielding candidates in Lofa or even JNB from running 2023, your Cummings and Ability were thinking that the NEC was in the wrong, right? You pocket boy. And that's all for now, T-Max.
Thank you very much, Bicon 5050 on Sky 107. My time is run up, so I'll go straight to my special studio guest, Martin KOLLAH, Secretary General of the Liberty Party for his party.
Yeah, no, thank you, T-Max. And again, I want to thank everybody who made comments. Those who criticize us have the right to do it. We will continue to speak the truth amidst all of the threats, I ask that they go and read. Somebody said I said Genesis, I said Matthew. They read Matthew chapter 26, the whole chapter 26. They will see the betrayal of Jesus. And then they also read Luke chapter 22, verse 3. And they will see what I refer to as Satan entered Judas, so that they can have an understanding and liken it to the case of Mr. Cummings. Mr. Cummings have demonstrated integrity. He has demonstrated that he has the fortitude to lead in intense environment where leadership is required. I spoke about that. I spoke about his brilliant leadership during his chairing of the CPP, but like I said, amidst all the things that is happening, we need to cool off. The opposition need to cool off. I have been speaking like this from time to time. The way people in the other political party normally speak tells you the way they are thinking and the way they think by deceiving themselves. They think that by themselves they can win. Timas, for example, let me tell the Unity Party folks this hard truth. It's a hard truth, and I hope to conclude on it. So the Unity Party was the then ruling party in this country. The standard bearer of the ruling party was the sitting vice president of the Republic of Liberia during the last election. He did not win the election with all the immunity, with all the additional support that they had.
From the West African nation of Côte d'Ivoire, Liberia Public Radio and Television.
For our born and so on, with all the immunity that they had, they could not win alone as a party. They will not win alone again. People should stop deceiving themselves. Except we don't care about the Liberian people. Except we don't care about the life of this. We can just other things that are taking place, about the deplorable health condition of our people, about the messy educational system, about our people now, taking pay on our time. There's demonstration everywhere about our hospitals there. Operating on 1 or 2 hours because of lack of fuel or lack of generator. Except we don't care about those things.
From the West African nation of Côte d'Ivoire, Liberia Public Radio and Television present Business Diary. This program focuses on the activities of business institutions and individuals in society.
I'm Jeremiah Sawu Senior, CEO of All Nation Bank.
Science is on the power. This is what I said. Thank you. Let's cool off. Let healing prevail. Let's begin to heal. But eventually, we may collaborate.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. We have the World War I, World War II, World War III that spoiled and damaged all our infrastructure. And Satan again enter. This time in 2023. Satan again enter. The CPP is into tatters. I wonder who is this Satan. I need to find him. Maybe I will enter him too. On that note, we come to the 50/50. We thank our relay station, Liberian Public Radio and Liberian Public TV for being part and parcel of this this edition of 50/50. My name is T-Man. See you tomorrow morning. Bye-bye for now.
All right, that's it right there from the nation's heartbeat of the Republic of Liberia, where politics has been played. The drama is unfolding, and a lot is to come. That's our man, T-Mas Jalteh, and the entire Scar family right there. That's the news content sharing we have begun, and you're going to see more of this, where everyone, you all, will be given the ability to speak your mind, to speak, express your views and opinion. However, whatever you're going to tweet on the field of Liberia Public Radio or either SCAR, does not in any form or shape represent the management of those institutions. But we do provide the outlet to express your views and your opinion. Civility is what we demand on both networks. Political civility is what we need here, because the issue at stake is huge. We must be able to sit as some mature people to sort out our differences and be able to make an informed decision. That's the work of the media. But the media, the same way in Liberia, here in the USA, is polarized. No question about that. At times, people want to incite their personal views and their opinion. But when you are having these national and consequential conversations, get yourself out of it and have a good conversation about the future of their country. This opposition, I don't understand what is going on. Will there be a conciliatory process? Will we see this coming back together? Nothing is impossible. But we did hear in the past from some of the top surrogates, and for those of you in the US, Michigans, and other places, you heard about the flamed water crisis. When the water is poison, the possibility, if you drink that, you are between life and death. So the whole CPP, the collaboration, is already been poisoned. So why these people are wasting our time? That's what happens when institutions are not put in place. And when politicians cleverly and successfully take hold of a political institution, it becomes their personal property. And that's what is happening. The history is there in Liberia. Where is the Tory party? Where is the National Democratic Party of Liberia? Even the former ruling party, your Unity Party, was their long-term goal or strategy built by those who were in charge for the continuity and the survival of these parties? No. Even the ruling establishment right now, do we see any new breed after George Weah, like the seditions or the ruling establishment next 6 years, which is cool and fine. They have the right to say that. But who is now, or who after the 6 years, if he's to be re-elected, will be the face of the Congress for Democratic Change? I don't know. Helen Johnson Sirleaf left Unity Party in chaos and came here to the United States and said, it's time for generational change. The context, the definition, the language She was speaking a specific tone. That was an exoteric tone. That was a specific language. But very few people grabbed what Helen Johnson Sirleaf was saying. It's a generational change within the Unity Party today. The late Charles Walker Bronskins of the Liberty Party. All we've been hearing all along is Charles Bronskin, Charles Bronskin, Charles Bronskin. There was no mechanism put in place. There was no structure put in place for the long-term survival of the Liberty Party. And this is why you see the Liberty Party now is being heavily fragmented. When politicians are in desperation, they do anything possibly they can to get to the finishing line. They sold their birthright. This is why when you are broke, don't get in politics, because politics is costly. You get money, you can get involved in politics, and you can do anything possibly you can to infiltrate, to break that chain, because it's all about the money. You get money, why you want to be? Why you want to be in politics? Whether you like it or not, if you are a broker, you will be compromised. Everything about you is so fakeness, and then at the end of the day, because when these people invest here heavily, when finance has been heavily influenced in the game of politics, your voice is diminished. You are very, very limited. That's how we're going to it to an end. We say to the entire Scar family, Timas, Jalteh, Julius, Matthias, and Princess, taking the Twitter lines, bringing your views and comment. We want to thank them so much. And we want to see this as a long-term relationship. However, we are not collaborating. We are sharing news content. And sooner or later, Timas Jalteh will be in Liberia. I will be right here in the East Coast. And we are working out some details where a joint program will be held. And the esophagus of these politicians will be tested with hardcore questions. And we had agreed, both institutions, that all will be given the ability. Unless you don't want to show up, it's on you. We will not be judgmental. We'll be proportionate and we'll be professional in our assigned duty by allowing you to tell us your narrative. Until then, I'm Alfonso Zienso right here at the New England Bureau Desk of the Liberia Public Radio. We say big thank you to our group in Liberia, that's the Scar family. I'm a traditionalist, so I'm going to be signing you off with this beautiful African rhythm from neighboring La Côte d'Ivoire.
I got it.